pill alpha guru.
Wait, pause. So I found these two gentlemen discussing the red pill community, and they also, they're also discussing hyperfeminism. They're kind of saying they're the same thing, not just feminism, hyperfeminism. So I want you guys to listen to what they're saying. I find it interesting. The guy that's, I don't know if it's left or right, whatever. He's a psychologist. So he's discussing the psychology of the red pill community. And I find it interesting. And I'm going to play it and tell me what you think. Okay, here we go.
Types take advantage of attachment issues to score cash from...
Starting over.
Too many red pill alpha guru types take advantage of attachment issues to score cash from wounded men and encourage them to embrace their attachment wounds even further. It turns into a cult of people convinced their wounds are sacred truths.
Man, I catch a lot of flack because people come in at me and say, that's not what red pill's about. And they're right. It's not. Red pill is supposed to be evolutionary psychology applied to relationships so that you can be healthy and love each other, love your wife, love your husband based on biological imperatives within men.
But a lot of them don't want to be married, so.
Men and women. That's what it's supposed to be. In effect, when you become a red pill guru, to make money off of these people, you say, no, dude, you're right. Women are scum.
And a lot of this is about making money. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of people are just left or right so they can make money. You don't make a lot of money when you're in the middle. But I'm going to stop talking. Let's carry on.
They'll never really love you. They're just there for the things you do for them. So you should just make them do good things for you and take advantage of those insecure women, have sex with them on the first date, and never call them again because screw them. That's what they're teaching. And those guys come in believing there's nothing better, and they hear that message and say, wow, they feel like I feel, but they're turning it around. I'm not the piece of crap. Everybody else is the piece of crap. So it's okay. They owe me. They owe me this. So they go out and start using that. And all that does is create a whole society of damaged, hurt women who go back and act exactly the same. And those nice guys get hurt and then start looking for the red pill community and say, man, all these terrible things have happened. It's a self-perpetuating cycle between men and women. And that's all it is. You don't stop it until you fix the actual problems, which is not what red pill gurus do to make money.
Well, the equivalent,
they're there to make money off stuff.
The equivalent on the female side is radical feminism, right? It's not as it.
And I'll agree. Their radical feminism is just like all men are evil. That's not cool. Just like men saying all women are evil. That's not cool either. So if it's not okay for men, it shouldn't be okay for women. You know what I'm saying? Carry on.
It's not as if red pill is the only route to this. There is an equal polarity on the other side of the fence, which is, man, I've gone onto some of the Reddit threads. I can't remember what they're called. It's not women's rights. It's not r/women's rights, but it's one of those. It might be the female red pill or something like that, or the pink pill or some shit. And
it's not the pink pill. Pink pill is about swirling. But carry on.
You go on there and you think, this is just as bad as what you see in some of the meninism, manosphere spaces.
It is. And you know what? It doesn't have to be. And my areas, I mean, I'm in touch with all kinds of like masculinity coaches and all the like cringeworthy names that you would have. And some of them are the best men you would ever meet who actually pull men up out of this and say, no, dude, fix your behavior. You're finding bad women because you are a bad man. and they make the men fix.
And with that being said, like, a lot of men are saying, women, you choose bad men. That's why you have the relationships you do. But to tell a man you choose bad women, that's why the relationships you have is the way it is. Like, they don't hear that. No, it's because all women are bad. It might be because you just choose bad women, just like how you tell women they choose bad men. Right? Like, let a spade be a spade, yo. I don't know if that means anything, but you know what I'm saying.
Fix themselves. Women, there's some women doing the same thing on their side, trying to fix it. Until you have that fix between the balance of the sexes and get back to our biological imperatives and understand what they mean and fix them and fix the attachment, nothing's going to get better. But yeah, man, there are grifters on both sides, and they are happy to take advantage of those attachment issues. They will take all your money all day long and tell you that what you're feeling is normal and that you should embrace it and get worse so you can pay them more.
Hurt man who feels like the world has done him wrong, and it's much easier to create a conspiracy around an entire gender that this is women at large, as opposed to maybe you just chose a shitty one, man, or maybe you just rolled a bad hand. Maybe it was unfortunate luck or poor timing, or maybe the particular combination of circumstances, a little bit of you and a lot of them, or a lot of them and a little whatever, that caused a bad situation to come out of it. And for some reason, it's more comforting to believe that this is a pandemic at large that only affects one half of the population.
It's, and both sides say it. Both sides. Feminists say every man is a potential rapist, and men say every woman is a potential divorce rapist. She'll take all your money. Both sides do it, and there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of political power in it. Both political parties are deeply invested in these things. Man, whole nations are turning on these ideas. It's not just the internet. It's the world right now.
Yeah, there's meme culture is so fucking smart, man. I'm sure that you'll have seen this one. It's these two dudes, these two black illustrations of guys with beards, and it says, "A woman hurt me and I never made up about it. We should call ourselves alpha males," and then they just walk away. And you think, fuck, man, like the main problem that I have with the red pill space is that almost none of the guys that are in that space look to me like the alpha males that I would want to follow. None of them embody the sort of actual, genuine integrity, trustworthiness, honor, sensitivity, genuine masculinity. None of the guys embody that.
And this is a man saying it. As a woman, I'm like, I don't see the followers of Red Pill as someone I want to follow, because they just seem butthurt. Not all, but a lot of them. And I like that this man is saying it. Like, why would I follow a man who's just emotional about women? Well, that's my viewpoint, but maybe he's not saying the same thing I'm saying, but that's what I'm hearing.
It's just, I don't know, it's the equivalent of a girl replacing beauty with a boob job and lip fillers. You know, it's all it's all front, no substance. Does that make sense?
Very much. Absolutely. Because the understanding red pill, it's really just evolutionary psychology that's applied. That's all it is. Taking it on and saying, I am a red pill man, means you have got stuck there. If you get out of a bad relationship, you should learn evolutionary psychology about what women actually biologically want from you and about attachment. You should learn those things.
And there's nothing wrong with what a woman wants. Just like there's nothing wrong with what a man wants. Men are saying, like, a lot of men are just saying, all I want is, I guess, sex or something. But women want something too. And don't make women feel bad about it. You don't feel bad about being your nature as a man. Why make a woman feel bad about her nature? We need to get some common ground and, like, learn how to work it out. That's what I'm saying.
Red pill is right now the only place where men can speak these old truths that fathers would have said to their sons, like, well, son, let me tell you about women. Red pill is the only area men can go to hear that now, because we don't have relationships with our fathers or grandfathers or uncles anymore. We don't have male-only spaces. Red pill is the only area where they can do that. So they go there and they learn these things, and the men who are good and healthy, I shouldn't say good people, but they're healthy, they move on. They learn it, and then they move on into something else. They move into their church system, or they move into an honor culture with an honor tribe online. They move into masculinity groups instead of red pill groups. They move into married men support groups where they're building each other up, good ones. They move into fraternities and things.
For men who want to be married.
Things like, in programs like that, they don't get stuck and say, oh, I'm a red pill man. I mean, when you do that, that means you really are stuck and you really need to move out of that group. It's a good on-ramp, but it's not the highway. Why are women not attracted to me? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what women biologically want. And then let's talk about the cultural things that are also in tune. And we can get you a girlfriend, man. I teach courses. I teach dudes how to get girlfriends, and it works like that. How to get married. I had one dude, I taught him how to get married. He went from, man, I don't know how to do this. He got married he got engaged 3 months after I taught him. He got engaged and he got married. And they've been happily married for years now. Like, you can learn this and apply it, and it's not that hard. But the black pill stuff, man, and giving up, it hurts. It hurts to see, because it doesn't have to be that way. Learn attachment, learn evolutionary psychology, and then find an actual tribe of quality men that you can connect with, and you won't feel that way anymore, because you'll start building with other people. Don't be alone anymore. Clear all the obstacles out of the way that make you feel alone. Or if you don't know how to do that, talk to somebody. That's the other piece. Men, our brains, we're solution machines, and we can only pump out solutions with data we already have. If you don't have the data, you got to talk to another man who has solved the problem, get the data from him, and he'll give you that data, and you build a solution. That's how our brains work. Our brains, men's brains, we're like the internet. We're supposed to share solutions. And if you don't, you're going to get stuck.
The world that these guys exist in seems very, very detached from mine. I spent a lot of time around a lot of girls, all of whom are in that single party girl mode, who are about to move into becoming someone that wants to get married and settle down and have kids. And man, like, when those girls find the guy, everything gets switched off. I've seen the biggest sluts that have worked for us that had just a different guy every night of the week. They would be moving between different parties, different groups, and then as soon as they find someone that they care about, that mode just gets killed. I'm like, this isn't the case. But when you're in a community of an echo chamber of that, and you're probably not spending a whole lot of time in the real world to disprove these ideas, that's all that you can see.
And you know what? Most of those women in that party mode are there because it's attachment issues. They're there because that's all they know. That's all they know, how to feel good and get attention. They're using sex to get love. Most women, I mean, those are the visible women. That's the problem. Those are the visible women. You know where most women are? They're at home. Their families. They're watching TV. They're knitting. They're coloring. They're playing video games. They're petting their cat. They're sitting with their family and having a good time. That's where most women are. And you will not be introduced to those good women, because the people you know are going to look at you as a disaster. Not you, but I mean, red pill dudes and black pill dudes. Other women and your family and friends aren't going to say, hey, you should meet this wonderful woman I know who's like 22. She's never ever had a boyfriend. She's just sweet, and she just wants to be a mom. You're not going to say, hey, dude, you're like smoking pot. You don't have a job. All you do is yell and complain about women, and you're trying to bang all these women in the club. I should introduce you to this great young woman I know. Yeah. No, that's not how the game works, man. So you're only going to see these visible women at the club. You're like, she's sleeping with somebody every night. Why not me? Why am I the only man in town she hasn't slept with? And that's not a great place to be. But yeah, man, when women know, they know.
Yeah, if your whole goal is to sleep with a woman who slept with everybody else, why should you be introduced to a decent woman? Like, your goal is to sleep with a woman who sleeps with everybody. You say it's not true, but it is, because you're like, what? She slept with 5 other people on the first date. Why doesn't she sleep with me on the first date? You want to sleep with a woman who sleeps with everybody else. Nobody's going to introduce you to a decent girl, a decent woman. I'm just saying. Carry on.
When women see you and they see that you're value, they attach to you with claws, and they will never, ever let go. And they will sleep outside on your front porch until you open the door. When a woman really loves you, that's how far they go. And I know this because I've been with my wife like 14 years. And if I tried to walk out the door, she would handcuff me to her. Like, it is what it is. Women know. And when they get in good relationships, they start to heal. They instinctively build self-correcting networks. A healthy woman instinctively builds self-correcting networks. They just do. Especially once they have children, then they really start building self-correcting networks. Suddenly, attachment problems that you both had in the beginning of the relationship are now a problem, and she starts looking at you as the threat to the kids because the kids aren't building good attachment with you. That's why a lot of divorces come in. When women become moms, most women, they want to fix their attachment issues, but they don't know how, and now they're angry at you for having attachment issues.
Yeah, well,
fix your attachment issues? It doesn't happen.
This came up in the first episode where you said that a lot of issues that women have in marriages where there's kids isn't necessarily to do with their relationship with the father, it's the father's relationship with the children. that the woman is now being very protective over the kid's life, and she sees that the man is not being the father that she wanted, and that causes a defense mechanism to kick in, which actually creates friction between man and woman.
That's what I tell men when your kids are like 10 years old or 12 years old or even teens, and she's going at you and it looks like she wants to kill you, and she's mentioning divorce. There is no way on earth you can fix your relationship with her unless you fix your relationships with your kids first. And if you fix your relationships with your kids first, that automatically just about fixes the relationship with her, because all of a sudden, all the problems she had with you is now great. And the kids are talking about how great you are, and she sees you with them, and her oxytocin starts flowing, and her dopamine starts. Every time she looks at you and the kids, and they are laughing and hugging you and smiling, her brain automatically makes her like you more because you are good for those kids. This is what red pills should be teaching. This is applied evolutionary psychology. It's all it is.
Yeah.
Her brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, vasopressin, all kinds of bonding chemicals when she sees you with the kids, and the kids are happy to be with you. If you can fix that, man, it's like putting your marriage on easy mode.
That makes sense. Like, if a woman sees that you as a father, the children are happy with you, and you love them and they love you, that's a turn on for a woman that has children for you. So this makes sense. This makes sense. It makes sense. But if you don't care about your kids, and she feels like you don't care about your kids in a real way, a real emotional way, you're going to have problems. And this makes sense, guys. This makes sense.
When she sees you with the kids, and the kids are happy to be with you. If you can fix that, man, it's like putting your marriage on easy mode. If your relationship with your kids is rocky or distant, and the kids are nervous and anxious all the time, man, you're putting your marriage on hard mode then. It's good luck getting a smile out of her.
That would be a man's manosphere movement that I would totally get behind. If it was more to do with, okay, how do we make a marriage as sick as possible? Like, how do we make a marriage as awesome, as easy as possible? Because, end of the day, that's kind of what men would like. We've still got other shit that we want to try and do. The goals in the gym, or the sport team that we play on a weekend, or the bike that we're obsessively fixing when we get home from work. Being able to do, okay, how do I make the marriage as easy and comfortable? And also because you care about the partner and so on and so forth. Yep. Yeah, man, that would be someone out there should create a branch off of Red Pill that is about married men becoming better married men. And the same for women as well, understanding evolutionary psychology and not just this tribal hatred.
I agree with everything these two gentlemen said. Makes sense. Makes total sense. What do you guys think? I mean, I can't even say anything bad about anything that was said. It's a psychologist, the lighter skinned guy. This makes sense, If you want to be married and you have kids with somebody, what they're saying about making sure, as a woman, like, they're hypersensitive about how their children are treated by their father. And if the children love their father and the father loves their children, like, they're really invested, the women will be like, because the whole dopamine, whatever. So all of this makes sense to me. I guess this was a lot, but I mean, guys, tell me what you think. I'll link their whole YouTube page on this stuff. But I think it makes sense, and I enjoyed listening to it because I'm like, this makes sense. Just tell me what you think. All right? Okay. And bye-bye.